Hey everyone, it's Gedger. This is going to be a deck profile of my Hero Stun deck that I played at my locals yesterday. I went undefeated, XO. I got first place, so I'm going to go over it. It was a small local, so it's nothing really big. I just wanted to go over it and explain what I versed and how the deck did and everything. So, starting off with the main deck, it's the same thing I showed you guys before. It's 3 Bubble, 3 Alias, one Honest, and 2 Thrasher now. I actually dropped one of the Thrashers. Just because you don't want to draw into them when you already have monsters on the field. That's the only downside to Thrashers. You can't normal summon the thing. Um, so it's just kind of having 3 of them is too much. And again, like I don't have a problem with the 9 monster count. Like I always have a monster. Like one of my friends, Will Isley, actually asked me because he plays heroes really well. He asked me why I play so little monsters. I don't play a TKR. I don't play any of the substitute monsters. And I was like, no, I don't need them. I've been debating playing a TKR, but I had to figure. I'm gonna try and work it in. We'll see how that goes. Um, yeah. So the monsters are just pretty self-explanatory. Staples: 1 Dark Hole, 3 E-Calls, 3 Gem Sparks, 3 Mass Chains, 3 Miracles, 3 MSTs. The 3 MST are main decks right now. Yes, I have 3 Mass Change, and I know there's lots of spell trap destruction, but still not enough. Like I can mass change somebody, and then they'll set more spells next turn, so I just MST them in end phase. Like the MSTs and the mass change are really effective, especially against like Fire Fist and stuff. Like when they play Tenki and I just MST, and then they set a bunch of back rows and I mass change in end phase. Like that's how you win games. So the MST is very good. 3 Duality common. That's just a staple card. Like no point to explain it. 1 Rhoda. I actually downgraded to 1 Super Poly overall in the deck. The problem is I kept drawing into Super Poly, but because I don't have enough space in my extra deck, I can only run one of each Omni hero. So if I draw double Super Poly, I pretty much just have to discard a Super Poly with the other Super Poly. And if I use Super Poly and then draw one later, it's a dead draw. So I honestly, and I don't even need Super Poly to be honest. Like I just don't. Like I win every situation without even using it most of the time. Um, I mean, out of the 4 or 5 games I drew it yesterday, I didn't use it. I just didn't have to use it. Like I had everything in the bag. Traps are pretty explanatory. 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, 2 Deep Prisons, 2 Hero Blast, 2 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Torrential Tribute. Hero Blast is so good. Like oh my god, I love that card right now. Just like Alias, Gem Spark, Hero Blast, Alias, Gem Spark. Like I opened up one of the games with Alias, double Gem Sparks, Hero Blast, MST, and like Mirror Force. I just destroyed that game. It's just so good. All the pluses in the world. Um, but yeah, so more or less, like my side deck was just kind of like I didn't know what to side. Like I was just thinking, what decks are annoying right now, and I'll just side against them. 2 Power Pickaxe, just it's a great card. It stays on the field. You can put it on a Shining. At every turn, just banish a card. And it gives a 500 attack. So it's just a good card overall. It could really pressure certain decks. I didn't get to use it yesterday. I sided it in a couple games, but I never drew it. So I mean, if I drew it, I could have used it, but I didn't draw it. So unfortunately, Soul Release is the same way. It's just a huge removal chunk. Like I versed a Lightstorm player yesterday. Soul Release, GG. Um, Soul Release. I have a lot of removal right now because a lot of the decks in the format just can't, just like removal destroys them. So Power Pickaxe and Soul Release are really good right now. System Down, just because there is a lot of machine variants in this format. Karakuri, Gear Gia, Gadgets, Machina. I mean, whatever crazy combo they're running, it's all machine based. So System Down takes care of the entire deck. Um, and I can pretty much just save it until I'm out of back rows, and I don't have a choice anymore. And I'm just like, you know what, screw this. I don't like your field. I don't like your graveyard. Just go away. Imperial Iron Wall was for dragons. There was none there yesterday, thankfully. But I mean, Imperial Iron Wall is for dragons. So is Soul Drain. Just screw dragons. Such an annoying deck. Um, Karma Cuts. I want to take a second to talk about Karma Cut. Karma Cut is a stupidly good card. Um, you discard a card from your hand, and then remove from play one face-up monster your opponent controls. and then remove all other copies of that card in the graveyard with the same name. So, if you're versing Harpies and you Karma Cut any of them, you banish them all. Like, that's so good. Like, I just can't even explain how good that is. Like, that's crazy. Um, and also, I used this against a Lightsworn player that day. What did he... Oh, yeah, he flipped someone to Raikou, and he had 2 Raikous in the grave, so I just flipped Karma Cut and banished all his Raikous. I did it again to him, banishing all his Luminas. Like, it just... Karma Cut is just so good. Because he Foolish the Lumina to the graveyard, and then he summoned a Lumina, activated the effect Pitch Lumina. So I was like, okay, chain Karma Cut, banish someone on your field, banish all of them from your graveyard. It dominates. Like, it's just an amazing card. It's like one of the best answers, hands down, to Drago Sack. It's one of the best answers, hands down, to battling Boxer Yamoke. It's great. Like, it's just a great card. Like, I can't even describe it. It's a great card. One Soul Drain, again, Dragons. Well, pretty much. I mean, Dragons or Dark Worlds, either one of the two. Like, just stupid grave cards. And then Transmigration Prophecy, again, just control the graveyard. Like, this format, I've noticed this format. If you can control the grave, you win. I mean, it's just that simple. Like, grave control has become so powerful. And you maybe are wondering why. Hey, why is there no Defissure? Why is there no Macrocosmos? You know, well, the reason there's no Defissure or Macrocosmos is because I'd rather remove their stuff but keep mine at the same time. You know, I mean, I don't want to have to side out my Miracles and my Hero Blast. I don't want to do that. Fuck that. Like, if I run Defissure and Macros, yes, it technically banishes every card, but then it banishes my cards too, and I can't play Honest, I can't play this, it becomes too stupid and too annoying. So I'd rather just Power Pickaxe and Soul Release all day long. It gets the job done. I don't have to worry about it, and in that respective opinion, those cards are better versus stuff like, I don't know, E-Dragons. Because if I sided in Defissure and Macros against them, they're okay with it because they just plus anyway. I mean, they banish all their dragons anyway. I mean, yeah, it slows them down a little bit, but they still just go ham. So it's like, yeah, I'd rather just use what I'm using right now. My last side deck card. Sorry guys, I'm coming down sick. So, my last side deck card was number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo. Now you're probably like, why the hell would you side deck this? What the fuck? You don't run any level 8s. Well, actually, I do. Not Gaia, because Gaia is retarded. But yeah, all the other elemental heroes are level 8. And so is the masked hero. So yeah, I mean, I run a bunch of 8s. I think it's why they're all 8s, except for Gaia. There's a random fucking 6-star. Just throwing that one out there. Like, I realized it today. Like, I went to bring Gaia out to go into this dude, and then I realized he's level 6. I'm like, wait, what? When did you become a level 6, Gaia? What the silly Gaia. But anyways, the reason I run number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo, is because in this meta there's a lot of decks you can't win by attacking, like Final Countdown, Chain Burn, I don't know, Self-Destruct Button, whatever. There's a bunch of decks you can't win by attacking. So, I can just simply make a bunch of fusions, go into this dude, and just start, remove it, put a counter on him, put a counter on him, put a counter on him, I win. I mean, that's all there is to it. Like, and I haven't gotten to use him in real life yet, like, but he's really, really, really good. Like, in the playtesting I've done on Dueling Network, like, he just wins games. I mean, simply, just simply, he wins games. Because, like, those off-ball decks don't have an answer to him. They're just like, what the fuck is that monster? I mean, once in a while they might have a Matoyan or maybe a Lava Golem, but when you put them out, you only put them out with one monster. That way they can't Lava Golem. And Matoyan just sucks. Like, that's all we're gonna say. Like, it it sucks when they have a toy in you. There's not much you can do about it. Um, but like I said, I mean, it's still just a really good monster. I mean, it helps you get out of situations where you don't think you're gonna get out of it or not. Um, but yeah, he's only there for running into Final Countdown or some crazy deck like that, pretty much. But so round one, I versed nothing. I got a buy, which was kind of annoying because of the tiebreaker situation. But I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Round two, I ended up versing Light Swords, and I just 2-0'd him. Game one, I OTK'd him on turn two. I went, let's see, Special Summon Thrasher, Normal Summon, Honest, Overlay into Paladynamo, Double Detach, target his monster, make it a 0, I don't remember what it was. Activate Miracle Fusion, banish them. Rhoda for Ballman, Special Summon, E-Call for Ballman, Special, Overlay, Excalibur, Double Detach, activate Miracle Fusion for game. That was my game two. That was my turn two play against him. And then the second game I played him, I sided in Power Pickaxes, Soul Release, and Karma Cuts, and Transmigration. And as I said, I Karma Cut him twice, which just won me the game completely. I also drew Transmigration. I didn't even need to use it. I won, like, period. Like those two Karma Cuts were just way too good. Because once I banished all his Luminas and all his Raikos, like, that was just it. He really couldn't do much at that point. So the last round, I versed Battling Boxers. Round 3, I versed Battling Boxers. Game 1, I just destroyed him. I summoned Bowman and attacked him, set 3 pass, and I set Mirror Force, Deep Prison, Mass Change. So he goes, summon a monster, attack Bowman. I go, Deep Prison. He's like, sure. He goes, set 3 pass. I go, end phase Mass Change into Acid, destroy all your back row, draw for turn. I go, okay. Normal summon Bowman from my hand. He's like, sure. And I'm like, okay. Battle phase. He's like, sure. I'm like, attack with Bowman for 800. He's like, sure. I'm like, attack for 2600. He's like, sure. I'm like, Mass Change Bowman into Acid, attack for 2600. He's like, sure. I'm like, Mass Change again for game. And he's like, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Like, there's nothing else to say about that. Like, that was just such a lousy situation. But yeah, like I said, it was just a lousy situation. And it just like I said, I mean, the deck just works. Like, there's not much to say about it. Like, it just works really, really well, and I don't have any complaints. Like, I really don't. Like, in all the playtesting I've done, like, I just keep finding this deck has. I mean, if I had any one complaint, this deck has too many answers. Like, that'd be my complaint. Like, sometimes I don't know what the hell to do because I've got so many plays. I could make a Paladynamo, I could summon the Alias with the Gem Spark, I could summon Ballman with the Mass Change, I could like, and I love this deck because I can control the game as long as I want to, and then go OTK style. Like, this deck can OTK like crazy, but it also has plenty of control. Like, I love that about the deck. Like, that's just, it's such a good, I don't know, it's such a good mechanic of the deck. As I can play the control game, and then I can just go the OTK game whenever I want, which I think is really great. Like, I really love this deck. It's just so good. This format. This will probably be the deck I'll be taking to YCS San Mateo. I'm gonna keep playtesting it and keep working on it. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. And this is the Gadget Guru. I'll catch you later.